Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is the first lecture on a basic concept of functions topic, not transformation, only functions. Okay, so let's start. First of all, in the topic of the functions, job number one, I will explain you what is domain and what is range. Many students don't understand domain and range concepts. So first of all, my main target is to explain what is a domain and what is a range. I always give a simple example to understand. Look at here, why I give an idea here. Have a look here. I will give you the basic concept. So let's start. Y a function is equals to x to power 2 plus 1. If I plug in x value 0 and then x plug in value 1, then I plug in x value 2. So let's see, students, what I get. When I plug in x value 0 here, students, so what happens? So y is equal to 0 to power 2 plus 1, I get a 1. When I plug in 1 in the place of x, students, so what I get? 1 to power 2 and plus 1, I get a 2. And when I plug in 2 in the place of x, students, a very easy idea, nothing hard to understand from here up till now. I get a 5. So for your knowledge, what I plug in inside is called domain. And what I get it from here is called range. Short story, when I plug in x values, so x value, when you plug in this called domain, and when you get answer from this called range. Okay, and I will show you this idea in diagram even, inshallah, I believe you'll understand. So for that reason, I think we have to move on our graphical tool. And I just sketch y equals to x square and plus 1. So let's start, student. This is a very good idea to understand. Inshallah, I believe you will understand the concept. So all of you get ready. If you concentrate here, students, this was a question given. Y is equals to x to power 2 plus 1. So student, when I plug in different values of x, I plug in 0, I plug in 1, I plug in 2. Okay. So these are called domains. These are called domains. Domain. And when I get answers, for example, I plug in 0, I got a 1. See, even I showed before, I got y value 1, y value 2, and y value 5. So these are called range. I plug in 0, I got 1, I plug in 1, I got 2, I plug in 2, I got a 5. So let's see. When I plug in 1, I get what answer? 2. You see? So this is called domain and this is called range. So these are domain. And these y values are called range. I believe you got a basic concept. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Look at it. Against 1, when I go on the curve and I go on the y-axis, I got 2. You can see that when x is 1, y is 2. So it's a very clear approach. And when I plug in x value 2, sorry, that's I think I have, I can't show you because the graph is very high. But anyway, when I plug in 2, it will meet on 5. So answer becoming 5. So that is why when I give x2, y5. The short story, what I was discussing with you is domain range concept. So domain along x-axis, short story, domain along x-axis and range along y-axis. There's a main objective, main concept. So x values along x-axis and range is stand for y-axis. So I believe all points are very clear. So you can see, even look at, I show you now. You can see, look, I put a pencil and I can show the number. See this point, you can see that, wait a minute. You see this value of x is 1 and y value is sharp this one. Wait a minute. So anyway, so this is a x is 2, y is 5, very clear. Move on next. Okay, same approach, we can get many functions. So I make it another function, or I think idea is clear. Let's go textbook once again. So what is the domain range concept? When you plug in the values, input is called domain. When you get output, is called range. Or short story, the value along x-axis domain, along y-axis is called range. So point is very clear. So let's start. Normally we show this kind of representation. I can make it even the same here. What a way, the way used. I plug in, this is called domain and this is called range. D for domain, R for range. In next, how many classes I will teach you? I will give you this idea. When I plug in 0, so I got what? I got a 1. When I plug in 1, I got 2. When I plug in 2, I got what? 5. You can see even I plug in 0, I got 1. You can see 1, I get 2. This is a way of representation. When you were studying university level, they will show this kind of thing. Okay, so it means this way you can understand. So 2, 5. So I think clear idea. So I believe now you're not having any issue. This is this all values domain, or all this called range. And one more thing, you write y or fx, same thing. So no problem at all. So I believe this point is very clear. So now, after this next topic I want to discuss is called one-to-one function. What is called one-to-one function? This is a very important concept. One-to-one function means, for example, there is a meeting is going on, a meeting. So this is a team A and is a team B. One man standing is sitting here, and one man sitting is here, for example, and one man sitting, for example, here, and one man sitting here. So this is 2 man and 2 man. This is called one-to-one meeting, because there are 2 people left side, 2 team right. So this is called one-to-one meeting. So I hope so you got a point very clear. So this one-to-one meeting. So one-to-one meeting idea is very clear, because 2 and 2. So it means simple story. How many domain values, same range values? This is called one-to-one. So I think all points are very clear. So what I discussed with you up till now, one-to-one function. One-to-one function is very clear, and one-to-one function is very clear. And one very interesting part I will discuss later on. If function is one-to-one, inverse exists. I repeat my words. If function is not one-to-one, for example, function is not one-to-one. For example, like this one, this is called one to many, a many to one. Okay, so this kind of function, inverse never exists. Inverse. So, and mostly, I will show you, inshallah, in our AS levels portion. Oftenly, he will ask you. Oftenly, he will ask you regularly. Frequently, he will ask you that. He will ask you regularly that your function is what is called inverse function possible or not. So if inverse function possible, students, so it means called one-to-one possibility. A one-to-one function is there, inverse exists. If one-to function is not there, inverse never exists. So since the rule is very clear, and don't forget it, don't forget this rule. Okay. Now this concept is very clear. What is called one-to-one? You can see that every x value is every one value of y. Okay, come back. But in this condition, you see, this is a one value of x is one value of y, no doubt about it. But problem is that this is also having same answers. Okay, I can give you an idea. For example, look at here. This is x square. Graph comes down. Okay. For example, graph is this. Okay. So if graph is this, hold on, please. Hold on. I give you an idea. This is a graph. Okay. And have a look here, please, every person. So if this graph is mentioned here, against one, for example, this is -1 plus 1. I have 1. Against -1, I have 1. So it means against 2 values, x and y1. So even I show you, look at it, I plug in 1 in the place of x. So students, what I get? 1. If I replace -1, what I get? Again 1. So I believe you understood that this is called y values and these ones is called x values. So it is very clear approach when I plug in. So this is called, against for each 1 and -1, we have y value 1. Okay, this is called what? This is called, how to read it, many to one function. Why is called many to one function, my students? Because there are many x values will giving one value of y. So I hope so all of you understanding basic criteria. This is a little boring topic, but inshallah, I believe if you will follow my words, I will show you many examples, so you can have a good idea about it. Okay. So I repeat again to you concept again. What this function is called? This is called one-to-one. Why one-to-one? Because each x value, one value of y. Each one x value, one value of y. Each one x, one value of y. It's called one to one. And inverse exist. What do you say? Inverse exist. But this is not one to one function. Why? Because this x value, same value of y, this x value, same value of y. How to read? Sorry for that. So how to read this? How to read it? Okay, this is called this is called many to one. Okay, how to read many to one? Because there are many values of x and they have one value of y. It's called many to one. And this is called one to one, very clear, because one x value, one value of y. One x value, one value of y. But here in the below condition, many values of x, they have one value of y. And in this situation, inverse never exists. I repeat my words. Never exist. Okay, very clear idea. So please don't forget this criteria. Criteria number one. Okay, just go back on this one concept. What to learn from some rules from here. Rule number one. So domain. What is domain? So x values are called domain. Okay, and y values are called range. Number one rule is very clear. Okay. Number two, if the if the function is one to one, for example, this idea. So this is D for domain, R for range. X1, Y, let's say it is a 3. This is a 2, for example, I got a 4. So this is called one-to-one function. How to read one-to-one function? And when one-to-one function, it has inverse. It has inverse. It has inverse. Okay. I repeat again. Rule number two. For example, this domain. This is a range. Wait a minute. This is a range. For example, this one has 3 answer. This 2 also 3 answer. This, for example, 3 has a 6 answer. And this is called many to one. How to read many to one? Many to one. So it is called many to one function. Many to one function. And it has no inverse. It has no inverse. What is basic criteria for this one is what we have. So whenever we have a one-to-one, is inverse exists. And where is one-to-many, inverse never exists. The basic criteria, and don't forget it, regularly examiner will ask you. Okay. All right. Now I go to a definition of functions. Then I first of all go textbook, then I come back. This page is almost clear. So this page is clear. Let's talk about this idea. This idea is a very important concept. Oftenly in exam papers, he asks you. Okay. And I just tell you, look at it. It's not many to one. Actually, this is here a 1x value, 1 value of y. 1x value, 1 value of y. 1x value, 1 value of y. According to situation, look, I give example to you. There's an easy example to understand same time. Okay, there's a normally this what is the example I give? One man cannot marry 2 ladies same time. I repeat again, one man cannot marry same. I repeat the word same time. Look, after short and like after 1 year, after 1 month, he can marry, no problem. But according to situation, so he cannot marry. So that is why if it is not possible, it means this is a definition of function. So it means every one x value cannot have 2 values of y. I repeat my words. One x value. Okay. I repeat my words. So wait a minute. Just a minute, please. So what example is that? One x value cannot have more than more than one value, one y value. It means if it happens, that is no function. This is function definition. This is called functions definition. So function definition. One x value cannot have more than one y value. So look at it. It means by default, this is no function. Why is it? Because this one has two values of y. Okay. This idea is very, very clear. Please don't forget it. This concept is very, very clear. I'm writing one notes here now. So what story here I can say here that function definition. So function definition, what? One x value must have only one value of x. Only one value of x. One more thing. And every value of x, and I write the word and, value of x must have some value. You know what is this meaning? For example, I give you two ideas. I give you, then inshallah I believe you understand. For example, this one, it has two values of, so this is not function. Okay. And for example, this is a 1, 2, 3. It has 6. It has 4, but it has no value. It's again not function. We don't have this kind of concept in our syllabus mostly. But anyway, I just give an idea that every x value must have one value of y. Number one value of y, not x. One value of y. And every value of x must have one value of y. I believe the point is very clear. Okay, so up till here the concept is very clear, and let's talk about we have a special test. This is called horizontal line test. What is called horizontal line test? For example, if I make a this is horizontal line test, means for example this is a graph. Okay, if I make 1 minute please, I make this kind of graph, not this kind of. This graph, you can see this graph. Okay, and what is called horizontal line test. Okay, I think vertical line test, horizontal line will or I give you, wait a minute. Again, this is another good example to understand. This is a function, and let me get blue color. This is the curve, for example, this curve. Okay, so this is called vertical line test. What is called vertical line test? Vertical line test. You know, if I make a vertical line test, look at here. This vertical line test. X is 2. When x is 2, my student, what happens? We have three answers. One answer is here. One answer is here. One answer is here. So here I got a 3, I got a 4, I got a 6. So it means according to definition. So I think I give you idea here, and I believe you understand, inshallah. There's a domain, there's range. Look at it. What is the domain, student? X is 2. It has three answers. Say 3, 4, 6. So it is not function. I believe you got a clear picture. It's not fixed. Why not function? Because if I draw a vertical line test, it is cutting the graph more than one point. It must cut. So to make it function, to make function possible, any vertical line must intersect the curve one time only. The curve one time only. So I believe the point is very clear. Okay, If it cut, for example, if I have this curve, so students, vertical line, it has a one answer only. So that is why it is a function, it is the definition of function. So I think all of you understood very well the function definition. Okay. So, up till now, I taught you what? I taught you, one-to-one function concept. I taught you many-to-one functions concept. One-to-one function must have inverse exist. Don't forget it. And if it's a not inverse, okay, exists when is a not one-to-one. If many-to-one function, inverse never exists. Rule number next. If is a if every x value has a one value of y, it is a function definition. And every value of x must have something value, some value. Okay, this is called function. But look at here. This is does not definition of function, not definite function. So I hope so clear. And this is called vertical line test. Vertical line test will help us to understand a concept. And Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I think you got idea. Let's start some practice from textbook. Get ready now. I'm giving some practice now. Before I start, I will just give you some idea. So all of you get ready, please. And I now discuss domain and range concept, okay, in detail. So let's study, please. I think so. Wait a minute. Okay. This question is very good. This question is very good to understand. Look at here. Find the range of these functions. So I need full attention, please. Basic concept of functions coming here. What is this? What is called domain? This is called domain. What is the domain we have, students? Domain value is bigger than 5. It makes us 5, 6, 7, 8, continue forever. This is a domain. He's asking, give me the range of this value. So how to range? So simple technique, when I plug in this 5 in the place of x, 5 plus 5, 10. So y becoming what? 10. So okay, I just show you full working. I show you full working. So f of 5 is what, student? So 5 plus 5, 10. So 10. So naturally, what is it? What is the function become? So range is what? Range is called y is bigger than equal to 10. All right, f of x equal to 10. If you don't believe me, what is going on? I'm going to show you. Ready? So let's start on a what a function is. Fx. What is that function? Sorry for that. X plus 5. Please keep in mind x plus 5. X plus 5. So x plus 5. Okay. So let's start. X plus 5 concept. I show you from here. X plus 5. X plus 5. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I believe inshallah you will understand. Okay, inshallah, inshallah. Come back. First of all, let me take a screenshot of this. Have a look here. Inshallah, I believe you'll understand the concept here. Okay, what a question is. Question is f of x equal to x plus 5. This concept will give you good idea, inshallah. And what is the domain was? Domain was given by him. His domain was given by what? X is bigger than or equal to 5. I can plug in 5, x value 5, 6, 7 onwards. But I think the best idea I put out, because straight line. You know what straight line? Whenever the power of x is 1, I repeat my words. The power of x is 1. Is always straight line. It means whenever power is x is 1, straight line. And look at here, and I show you this against 5, against 5, what I get answer. Look at it, look at it. I got 10. And if you don't believe me, where's the 5 here? In the middle here somewhere. So 5 is here, go up, this 5 is here, go up, 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 meet here, and go this way, and you got what? 10. So, and now you tell you common sense here, because if x value is 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, x values go this way. So I show you graph. I show you graph. I show you graph. You see in the top, if I show you x value move this from here rightwards, so y value is start from here and go upwards. Okay, look at here. If 5 value is x, 6, if we put a 6 plus give you 11. So it means against 6, I get what? 5 plus 6 give you 11. So which is bigger? So can I say, I think you all are people understanding. So have a look here, please. Have a look here. It means that, look at it. I put my pencil on different points. Look at it. When I plug in 5, what answer coming here? At 5. At 5, I got a 10. At 6, I got 11. At 7, I got 12. At 8, I get 13. So what can I say when x is, so it means y is going bigger and bigger and bigger. So I think this idea is very clear. This idea clear. So I think we got the idea of domain and range. This is another good question. I think we have to discuss the other point. So 1 minute, please. So let's discuss the point number 2. This is another good question. Very good question. Okay, here, what is domain? Domain is what? Domain is starting from, what is the domain number? Domain. Draw a number line system, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So from here, hold on until here. But make sure this is an equal sign. It means this fill the circle. Fill the circle means this number is included part of question, but this is not included. It means short story. I will plug in my domain. My domain values are what? Domain values are -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. 4 is not there. Now, what is the range? Very interesting. So let's see now how we can find the range. Okay. So let's see how we can find range. Let's keep focus, please. What function name? X cube. Make sure one thing very, very interesting. I go on your this file. This one. Okay, here. Ready? Very, very interesting part I'm going to discuss with you. What turning points? What title is there? Turning points. How many turning points of any graph? Turning points. If x to power 1, so no turning point, 0 turning point, 0 turning point. So it means straight line. What is called? Line, straight line. Okay. When x to power 2, 1 less, 1 turning point. Okay. So it means parabola. What is called? Parabolic curve. Parabolic curve. Okay. Parabolic curve can be this way or can be this way. And you know it very well. When plus x square this way, when minus x square this way. Okay, when x cube comes, so 1 less, always 1 power 1 less turning point. What is this power 2? 1 less, 1 turning point. What is power 3 here? 1 less, 2 turning point, 2 turning points. For example, 2 turning points. For example, this is called 2 turning points. Where turning point here and there. One last point, x power 4. How many turning points will come? 3 turning points. So come back now. I go on our topic of the graphical here. So let's start. And I believe now, after this, inshallah, I will give some practice, inshallah. Don't worry. Power 3. So look at here, power 3. How many turning points? I can't show exactly, but it has a 2 turning points. Okay, I make it here plus 1, or I make it here plus 2x. No. Wait a minute. 2x and plus 1, or I make it here 3x. No, I make it here yeah, this is okay. This is okay. Now my question is that I will take this equation and I explain to you, inshallah. Okay, come back, have a look here. In this concept, what we have a function f of x cubed minus 3x and plus 1. Okay, have a look, students. What is the highest power? 3. How many turning points? 2. Where turning points? This turning point, this turning point. I think point is very, very clear and logical. Okay, so it means one turning point is this, second turning point is this. So one idea is very clear. Okay, and if power is 4 come, I think this is not a further discuss further. Leave it. And now what a question he made. He made for us x to power 3. So let's start. And what is the domain he given us that I want to discuss with you now? Especially discuss that point. 1 minute. Let's go for textbook. And textbook question was given here. This one, -2 to 4, -2 to 3, -2 to 3. Just keep an eye on -2 to 3. Okay. So when I talk about -2 to 3, so let's see now. -2 to 3. -2 to 3. -2 to 3. I think so. 3 is very high value. Anyway, I think I should take it. 3 is 1, 2, 3. I think still we're not able to approach. I think 1, 2, 3. No, able to approach. Okay. I think you can show now. I can show now. Let's start. So first of all, have a look here. First of all, look here, and What is the thing here? First of all, concentrate. Full screen. Okay. Come back. Come back and it'll focus here. So f of x is equal to what, students? X cube. And what is domain? Domain is starting from -2 and -1 and 0 and 1 and 2 and so let's start. Where is -1? Have a look here. -1 is, where's -2? -2 is this, a -1, this is -2. This is a +1, there's a 2 and this 3. Okay. So domain. What this value give you? I think this I have a problem. I could not show you. Anyway, against 3, against 1, I have 1. Against 2, I have this answer somewhere. Against 3, I can find out the top value. Wait a minute, please. I show you the all values. So I think what is my approach? If I plug in -2 in the place of x, I get -2 to the power 3 give you -8. And when I plug in +3, highest value, 3 to the power 3 giving you 27. So look at here. Against 3, I have stopping somewhere here. And it's come this way. So 23 value, 27 value. So I think all of you understanding well what I'm saying. So domain is, I think range is very clear idea. So what is that? What a curve starting here? So can I say that it's starting from -8? Actually, this graph is not enough. I think I have to go back and explain again. I think now is okay. This graph is okay. Okay, have a look here now. I think now you understand, inshallah. Okay, concentrate. F of x is equal to what? X cube. Domain is what, students? Domain is what? Domain is this one, starting from -2 and ending at 4, but this is included, is not included. So let's start. And against -2 is what number? Against -2. Against -2, -2 is not here, so -2 is, sorry, one box back. This -2. I go here and I got this 8. So it means -8 is a lowest value. Against -2, I get what answer? -8. And against 3, 3 is somewhere here, go up, 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 meet here, somewhere here. Okay. So against 3, I got 27. So it means the highest value for 3 is what? 27, somewhere here. Okay. So 27 is coming here. Then what is the range then? So range is so simple, students. Range is called Y values. So my question, what is the lowest value, highest value? So lowest value is -8 and highest value is +27. And Mabruk, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. I believe you got the idea. Now here onwards, what is I'm going to show you the actually answers. And have a look here. Sorry for that. I think, yeah, we have to show 4, but we should that it is not equal to less than 64. How come? He plugins 4 inside x cube, but he said less than 4, and I said less than 64. I think the idea is very clear. So do one favor. I give you 1 or 2 questions to practice now. Okay, you will solve for me. Okay. Now problem is coming. You can't draw the graph. Then what is technique? I will show you some technique in a graphical calculator even. Okay, and some you can do by manually. So give one favor. First of all, to D part you'll try now. Okay, number 1 job, and number 2 job. I think so. We should try this question also. A very good approach. 2 questions. Mostly I have seen this kind of question come in exam papers. So domain is here and domain is here. So please try question number 1B and 1D. Okay. So use your calculator, draw some values. For example, D part. So y value is what? 1 over x. So do one thing, try some numbers, try different numbers of value, because he said that y is bigger than 1. Bigger than 1 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think enough. Plug in and check the graph, what kind of graph you get. So first of all, take your time, and then inshallah, I will help you, and then inshallah, we'll move on. Next part of the domain range concept. Go ahead, please. Yes, student, I have given B part and then D part. First of all, I do B part manually and then we're using the graphical tool. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. If, for example, if you're doing this question in exam, then how you will deal? Okay. So domain is given by him is this. All right. So what you will do? What is the power here? 2. There's a very interesting part here. In this kind of question, maybe it is not easy to do for you. Okay. Because there one choice. Very long way, because look here, When power x1 comes, straight line. When power x is 2 comes, this is not a straight line. Then what to do? Then these kind of questions, we have to take a lot of time and draw many, many graphs. Okay, many graphs you have to make it, and then many points we plot it. For example, -2, -1, 0, then 1. So these all points we have to sketch it. Okay, one I'm doing manually, then I show you graphical, and then I show technique. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Have a look here. First point is -1, then -2, then -3, then +1. That's it. Plug in this -3. Plug in this -3 where? This is the -3. Wait a minute. Yeah. Plug in this -3 in the place of this x and type in calculator. Look, I'm typing for you. 2 times 2 -3. 9 2s are 18. I get 18. So let's say it is very high value. I write 18 just temporarily. I write here. Okay, then I take it because power 2 is a curve. Curve take note of values. -2. And -2 square 4, 4 to the 8. I recheck 3 to 9 to the 18, 4 to the 8. So 8 is where? So this 20, this 10 somewhere here, and 8. 8 is somewhere here. This is a 10 actually. This 8 is somewhere here. Okay, then a what? Then f of -1. 2 times -1 whole square. I got 2. So 2 is somewhere here. Okay. Then I plug in 0. Then I plug in 0. I got 2 times to 0, I got 0. So I got this point. Then I plug in 1. When I plug in 1, I got 2, 1 to power 2, I got 2. I get back equation. So students, look at it. This what I have done manually. And if my question is now range, keep your eye on the y-axis. So range is always y-axis, students. So y-axis. So concentrate here. First of all, look at it. My domain start from -3 and I move and stop here. Look at it. Look at it, students. Look at it. Starting from -3 and then I end at the +1. But you have to keep your eye on the graph of the y nature. So have a look, please. One by one, I discuss with you. Inshallah, I believe you'll understand. When I was at -3, my y value is 18. So I put a small arrow here. When I plug in -2 here, my y value is 8. So I came down. When my value is -1, I got a y2. So I came down. When I got a 0, I reached, so I came down here. When I reached at 1, I got up again. So please concentrate. Look at my graph is coming how? You have to concentrate here. My graph is coming down and down and down and down and turn back. So can I say that my y values of graph is coming downwards? Look, downwards. And then it turned back. It turns back and stopped here. Again. Starting from where? Starting from 18, my students. Coming down where? 0. And going up where? Coming back to 2. So this is 2 actually. These are 2 actually. So stopping at 2. So my question, what is a domain? What is the range here? The range is called y values. Highest value of y is 18 and lowest value of y is 0. Don't say 2. And what student do a mistake here? So range, I'm writing it here in the middle of page, or I'm writing here with the red color left hand side. So range of this question is f of x you write or g of x you write. Highest value is 18 and lowest value is 0. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, this is my answer. Now you can ask me, sir, why not you plug in, when you plug in 1 inside, you got a 2, sir. Why you did not write 2 here? No, the lowest value is not 2, my students. The lowest value in the whole y motion, starting from 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, it's 0 and 1, 2. So what is the lowest value? 0, highest 18. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I hope so. The point is very, very clear and you got the whole concept of this question number 1 part B. So I hope so this part is clear. And now I'm going for part number next. Yes, student, first part done. Now let's start this one. And in this question, he bound us that our domain. What is domain, student? Domain is very clear. The domain is x start from 1, then 2, then 3, and onwards. No, I can't make it so many values, but you'll surprised to know, inshallah, this is very important question. You know why very important? Because in British Council exam paper, this kind of question came many times. So that is why. So concentrate. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This is 0. This is a 1. Here 2. Here 3. Here 4. 5. I think enough. This many points enough. So no need to make more than these points. Okay. So have a look here. When I plug in this one in the place of this one, so what happens? Look at, I'm showing you. One by one, give you one. So let's start. One is for your knowledge. Okay, I make it. This is a, because I know that, so I make one here. Okay, so or even I can make one slightly up. So one logic behind, I will come to know later on, inshallah. Okay, this is a 1. When I plug in 2, my student, please do parallel with me. Plug in 2 in the calculator and check. 1 by 2, when I plug in, I get 0.5. I surely believe you are typing with me parallelly and you are getting it. Where's 0.5? In the middle somewhere here. So I gained 2, I got this one. And please type parallel with me, and I plug in 3 now. 1 over 3 give you 0.33. Okay, it means 0.33 where? This is 0.5, 0.33 somewhere here. So I make it slightly here. Okay, if I plug in 4, my student, what happens then? Plug in 4 here. So when I plug in 4, my student, I get 0.25. 0.25 is slightly below than that. Okay, when I plug in, I got a 0.2, slightly close. 0.6. So what is it going on? If you see the pattern of graph is going this way. Wait a minute. I make graph again. You know what happens, student? I tell you. Just do one favor, please. What is favor? You plug in 5. Please plug in. Let me check in my calculator. Is possible or not? And then you check it. I'll check first of all. I mean 1 divided by 10. Yeah, 1 by 10. If I put like 10, okay, I get 0.1. So small. If I plug in here 100, 1 by 100, 1 by 100. So I get 0.01. Okay, please plug in 1000. So I get otherwise what? 1000. 1000 mean what? 0.001. So my question from you, and if I plug in 10,000, so 0.00001. So can I say the graph is going close to 0? Okay, my question, 0.00001 or 0.0000001 or more zeros increase. If more zeros increase, what happened? We count this value as approaches to 0. How to write? Approaches to 0. So then what is range? So range is very clear. I started from, look at here, my y value start from 1, and then it look towards my pen. Look, I'm writing it here. So first of all, this point is here, then this value here, then this value here. Okay, I make arrows. This. What is going on? It means that the y value is coming gradually downwards and downwards and downwards. But it will stop where? It will not stop, for your knowledge. It will start from 1 and coming towards 0 and moving towards, and it means that we can say that starting from 1, it will go approaches to 0. So what is the range for this question? So in exam, how you write it? So in exam, you will write this way. I'm writing here. Y value, or this function of h, fx. Y fx value is the highest value 1 and equal also. Why equal, sir? You can ask me why equal, sir? Because for your knowledge, x value 1 is included, this is also included, but bigger than 0. You're surprised to know, and this, you know what this means? This means approaches to 0. Approaches to 0. Approaches to 0. Okay, this is a point is very valid. Approaches to 0. Like this number, it will not be exactly 0. That is why, student, I wrote here bigger than 0. And for your knowledge, one more point I will discuss, then inshallah we'll see. Look at here. Look at here. X value starting from 1 and going bigger and bigger and bigger. So it means the y value will come down. Look at it. First this value of y, then this value of y, then this value of y, then this value, then this value, then this value. What is going on? I am going close to y-axis, sorry, 0. So that is why you see that, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, the point is very clear, and my answer is on the top, and the question is over. So I think this part is also done. I think so. Wait a minute. I think basic idea is clear, student. Now I'm shifting on this concept, and you have to concentrate here. This question is a very important, because these kind of questions they come in exam even. So let's start. First of all, what a question is. He said 3x to power 2 plus 6 minus 18 convert into this form. If you recall, this is called completing square form. How to read it? I repeat, because power 2 on the top is called completing square form. And first of all, this is explained, I've fully done in my YouTube channel. You can watch there. It is available in a AS level. There's a one clip available completing square. But still I'm doing again here. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Question number 4, I'm discussing with you A part first of all. And what the question is, 3x to power 2 plus 6x minus 18. So job number 1. You know, whenever we completing square comes, so beside of x square, we need plus 1. I repeat my words. I need what? Plus 1. So 3 will common out from first 2 terms. No, you can take from all 3 terms common even, no problem. But I suggest you take common from first 2 terms. Then what, students? After that, you will do what? Write both as it is, done. This as it is, done. What is x coefficient, my students? X coefficient is 2, and make it half of it. Always half. And I got 1. Take square of this number. I got a 1 to power 2. And this square adding and subtracting. Okay, I repeat my words again. What is x coefficient? Come, students, with me. X coefficient, whatever. Make it half. It means, let's say, is a 4. This is a 4 number. So 4 into half, you got what? 2. And then make it square, 2 square, and then 2 square, add and subtract. But suppose you get a not a even number. You get an odd number. Odd number means, let's say, 5x here. So 5, make it half. I got 5 by 2. And 5 by 2 take square, and 5 by 2 whole square, add and subtract. And I believe now you got a clear picture how to do completing square. And wait a minute. These 3 terms will combine. How combine? I'm going to show you. From here, x comes. From here, 1 comes. And from this plus sign comes. If, for example, this minus sign, so here minus sign. If plus, so plus. So let's start. So it means I got what here? X plus 1. How I got x plus 1? Repeat. Under power 2, x comes here. Under power 2, 1 comes here. And this sign plus will come here. So these all 3 terms gone. These all 3 terms gone. What left? Minus 1 square. And I'm writing here. This 3 multiplies here and 3 multiply with that. So I get 3 times to x plus 1 whole square. And 3 times to 1, I get minus 3. And Mabruk, completing square is completely done. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So completing square done. Let me recheck. 3 ones are 3, 3 to the 6. Half is 1 square, adding, subtracting, all correct. And 3 ones are 3 and 18, 3, 21, correct. So first part is completely done. If the examiner asks you what is A, you say 3, sir. If he asks you what is B, say 1, sir. What is the value of C? Minus 21. So minus must be included with that. Now, what is the next part? Is a very interesting. Find the range. Range is very clear. I'm going to teach you some extra parts here. Examiner can ask you sketch also. Okay, how to sketch it? I tell you from here. Do you know, students, whenever power 2 comes on the top x, so we get a parabolic curve. A question comes in mind. So why this way? Why not the other way? Okay, because you know, whenever x square positive, what is the sign beside of x3? Plus sign. When the plus sign comes here, so its graph is always plus. So plus x square. That is logic behind. Okay, my question: what is a stationary? This is called. There are three names at this point. This is called stationary point. I write all 3. Stationary point, turning point, extreme point. He can ask you any one point. Okay, how to find turning point, extreme? So what is the best technique to students? Okay, look at have a look here. Under power 2, whatever you have, plug in 0. I repeat my words. Under power 2, whatever you have, plug in 0. I got -1. So this is called x value. Okay, I repeat my words. Under power 2 in bracket, whatever plug in 0, why 0 at a later? But short story, you can come to know that least value for this option, we can find equal to 0. And I got x value -1. How to get y value? Okay, if I plug in this -1 here, student, you tell what happens. Let's see. 3 times 2 -1 plus 1 power 2 -21. 3 times 2 0 -21. 0 -21 -21. Why we waste our time? As we know, when I plug in here, this will give me ultimately, this will give me ultimately a 0. So this will give me 0. Then answer the outside the bracket is our actual answer. So next time I will not put this point here. Simply the number out of bracket is called y coordinate. I repeat my words. A short story. A short story. In bracket, whatever you have, like in 0, get x value, and the number out of bracket including sign is called y value. And very interesting part, I tell you, if we move along x right or right, this is called domain. How to read it? Domain. What is x value here? 1. Wait a minute, I bring this value a little bit down. Okay, now have a look here. What is domain? What is domain? What is domain? What is domain is what? Domain is this -1, here 0, here 1, here 2, here -2, here -3. So domain is what, students? Domain is given by him is what? Is a real number. How to read? How to write? X belongs to real number. X belongs to real number. What does real number mean, students? Real number means with that all values of x, left and right, no boundary. No boundary is called real number. Okay, this is called belongs to. How to read this and this sign? It's called belongs to. Belongs to. This is no need to understand that too much. Okay. And what is the range? Range is a very clear sense. Now you tell me, students, when I go right side, what curve nature? Let's start. Let's start. If I am here, my curve is here. If I am here, my curve is here. If I am here, my x value is here, my y value is here. It means this is going this way. See, have a look here. And when I go this way backwards, if my x value is this, I'm here. If my x value is here, my y value is here. My x value is here, my y value is here. So see that every time the y value is going up and up and up and up. And starting from where? Starting from -21. So what is the range? I can say that bigger than equal to -21. And Mabruk, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. So range is very clear, bigger than equals to -21. But I think so. I have to go on a what is called a graphical tool and explain to you. And inshallah, let's start. What a question is, keep your eye on the question is what? Look at it. Okay, I can type this in my graphical calculator or type this one. So no issue at all. So 36 minus 18. 36 minus 18. 36 minus 18. 36 minus 18. 3x square. 36 minus, wait a minute, 36 minus 18. So let's start. Minus 18, not 8. 18. Yeah. Have a look here. My question from you, first of all, let me show you. Then inshallah, I believe you understand. I make it graphical. Wait a minute. Yeah. So have a look. Concentrate. This is my function f of x equals to 3x square plus 6x minus 18. Okay, domain is what? Real number. Real number means there's no boundary limit. I can go left, I can go right. Okay, but you will see the y value. What is the y value at this point, students? At this point, so have a look here. What is y value? -21. Okay, what is the going on? Graph is going this way, this way, this way, or this way, this way, this way. So can I say, students? Can I say, students, that my graph is starting from this and going up and up and up? Yes, this is my range. You write f of x is bigger than equal to -21, or you write y equal to -21. So I believe all of you understood well, and I showed you even graphical tool. Now come back to our textbook, and I hope so the concept is very clear. And I am giving one job to you now. What is that job? Okay, you will do this question for me. And this question is very interesting. Let's see how we do it now. And this again, this real number he given us. Okay, so you have to find range, same story, and I add extra part. This is called stationary points. So you will find stationary point as well. So find stationary point, and then find out what range. So this job I'm assigning you to you, and do it now, and then inshallah I will do this question myself. Yes, student, I have given question number 6, and I hope so you tried. Okay, I'm going to do now. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Job number 1, completing score. What is technique? All of you know, write in order. Job number 1 in order. Order means what? I have to write first bigger power, then smaller, and that's okay. So let's go to complete it, inshallah. So number 1, reorder. Number 2, as I said before, I given a small idea that I must need +1 beside of x square. I repeat my words. X square coefficient must be +1. So -1 is common. I get this and keep 5 outside. And next plan is what? So what is this? Both terms copy. And what is x coefficient? 2. Take 2 and make it half. I got a 1. So 1 square you add and subtract. Okay. Now let's see what happens then, students. H of x. Then I got -1. These 3 terms combine, I get x +1 whole square and -1. Then what? This -1 multiply here and it multiplies there. And I got negative x +1 whole to power 2 +1 +5. And ultimately I got what? 5 + 1, 6. You write 6 here or 6 before. No issue at all. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. So I have done completing square. This completing square form is done. Now he is asking that after completing square, find out. Okay, I given a job. So how to find is a point of maxima this time now? You know, point of maxima. You ask, how come, sir, point of maxima? Because x square coefficient is -1. Look at here, x square coefficient is minus. When a minus come, point of maxima. And how to make it? The graph will go down and down and down. And how to get a stationary point? So stationary point, first of all, I will find. So what is technique to find stationary point, student? Under power to whatever, plug in 0. Look at here, I'm plugging here. I got this one. And how to get y value? The outside number is called y. How come? Yes, student, there's a little disturbance of internet. Anyway, come back. Have a look here, students. I said before how to find stationary points, okay? Because y value is starting from, look, x values go right and left, okay? And y values go what? From here downwards. And downwards means the y values start from 6 and come downwards. So I can say here, so there's a range is so simple. So y value is less than equals to 6. This is my answer. And if we show the same question in graphical tool, let's see what happens. So what a question is 5 minus 2 minus x square. 5 minus 2 minus x square. 5 minus 2x minus x square. Okay, look at here. The graph, the highest graphical value in the graph is what coming here? 6. You can see here, I can show you finally. Okay, so have a look here. So the highest value we can see from here is what? So this is a 6 value, okay? And graph, if I go from turning point right side or left side. So, but graphical value will come this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, and this way. So y value come from the top downward. So y is less than equal to 6. So alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Now I'm assigning a one, because first, before start next lecture, I want to give you one small practice, okay? And which you will try. Okay, what I will do, I will say, and you will take a small screenshot of that question. And when I will say, take a screenshot. And that question, look at here, this a question came in June 3, okay. And stationary point, he asking us even. So look, two parts. So this question, take a screenshot and try this question as a homework. And this question, if you have a doubt, I will discuss in next class. So this is the first part. Then after this, let's go for the next. And next question I wish to give you is, wait a minute, is here. In this question, I want to give you first two parts for 5 marks. You see in past papers, these kind of questions coming regularly. Question number 8. First of all, he's saying completing square. And second question, take a screenshot if you want. And second question is find least value of x and y for that stationary points. So 2 questions. And then I will go for one more. 2 questions. Yeah, this is another good question. Okay. And I want to give you this even. So you have to try even this question. He asking range even. Okay, this is a range. And see, inverse exists or not. This I will discuss next class. So please take a screenshot this also if you want. Question number 16, part 1 and part 2 is October 2007 paper. One more I think I will give you, and that is yeah, this question he can ask this part, but maybe line of symmetry thing you can't do part number 2, but you can try part number 3 for range part, domain range. Okay, maybe this question a little hard for you, but inshallah I will help you in case of difficulty. You can take screenshot of this question even. Last question and final one I'm giving. And that is here 21, first 3 parts, first 2 parts only. And that's it. I think this is enough for today. And take this question. Next class I will discuss inshallah in detail the rest part. I will most probably I will finish 70-80% concept in next class inshallah. So assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.